Uh, uh, for me, this way is pretty comfortable, but because of the sunlight, oh, no, it's good. I thought if I take the video from this way, I thought my face would be shaded. But yeah, if I tilt, if I use the reclining of the chair, I see a little bit more, much more light on my face, so it's okay. Why am I taking this video now? I would say I take the video because it, my thoughts might not be the same in the future. And somehow I feel like the thoughts I have now will be of good, like will be good materials for my philosophy in the future. So what I'm thinking, it's random thought, but being random doesn't mean it does not depend on anything. And if something is depending on something, that relation, how would you say it's random? Anyways, this thought is also something that might change in the future. So I would like to record my thoughts now. Okay, what else? Oh, this morning, which is April 5th morning, I was going to write a monthly report for TMU. But a monthly report for TMU, the report is a wrap up for March, the previous month, March. But I couldn't remember what I have done in March. But that doesn't mean I forgot. So I couldn't remember I would say there was no remarkable things for my brain to memorize. But that doesn't mean I forgot them. Why I can say that? Because my thoughts I have now, it's the thought that came up in my brain, probably based on what I have thought in the past. So in that sense, this connection is that connection shows how I still have that thought in my brain without forgetting it. If you forget something in the past, you question about why you are here, what made you there. But I don't question why I'm thinking what I'm thinking now and what I'm doing now. So I don't think I didn't forget, but it's in my brain without being consciously recognized by me. Having said that, for the monthly report, I will have to write something down. So in order to recognize the thoughts in my head, I probably need to organize. How do I organize? I tried to organize my memory by talking to the phone. The phone has the voice recognition function by default. So on the Notion, which I put my tasks checklist, I talked to the phone through my phone voice recognition. I wrote sentences using my voice to track back my memory from March. But then, so now I'm talking about today's morning, but then suddenly I felt like talking to someone else. I thought talking to someone else would help me to remember in something in the past. Because when I try to continue the conversation, I sometimes refer to my memory. Yeah, so I tried that. Oh, it might be possible to say that I haven't had a good sleep. That's why I forgot things. But I don't think so. It's possible to say, but I did have decent amount of sleep just at night during appropriate time. So I don't think sleeping or diet, like food, I don't think they are the causes. So I'm still not sure why. I think about it to write a report. Maybe I can write about this, my talking now, on the report. Anything else? So, going back to my morning, I felt like talking to someone. So I sent a message to the group chat of playing pool, the pool game on the table. I sent that I just feel like talking to someone else, just because. And please prioritize your task. And we have 4 members in that group chat, and one of them reacted to my message saying I'll come down. So I got surprised that someone actually reacted to my very spontaneous run, no, not spontaneous, my intention. But then I literally had nothing to talk about except my feeling to talk to someone. Uh, yeah, but when I talked to that person who came, was about missing people who we've met, who we meet. If you meet someone, if you meet someone, someone will leave. And from your point of view, that person will leave from you. But from that person's point of view, this person, I leave from that person. So kind of be apart eventually, or some point of the experience. Yeah, that's what we talked about. And then because the conversation didn't have any conclusion or something somewhere to settle down, we were not ready to finish the conversation. But then I didn't want the person to stay too long time. I felt because I would feel like keeping someone just for my just to satisfy my spontaneous feeling of talking to someone. I needed some limitations. I needed a limitation to finish the reason to finish the conversation, and there was, because I was going to the cognitive science writing Skillshare meeting, and that was from 12:30. So okay, I thought this is a good reason to somehow finish the conversation. But what's more, not only the cognitive science meeting was planned, but also there was a free food event at the accommodation, as always. It is very privileged to say, as always, to get free food. But there was an event, yes, for Toasties, and which was from 12 o'clock. So we went, the person and I went to the event to get some toasts, and I had chicken toast with spicy hot chicken. Yeah, the chicken itself was not spicy, but the chicken, the pepper, actual fruit pepper was hot. So now I looked back my morning and my day. Also, I met. Yeah, I didn't talk to. I could, but I had nothing to talk about. So let's say I met Bob Carr, who is a former premier of New South Wales. He came to the political science class because I don't know why. I think just professor thought that it would be good motivation for students if they can talk to the real politicians. Yeah. So that was my thoughts from today. Now to write the report, I'm going to think about something more concrete. Yeah, and I'll probably write a bit philosophical things, and also, let's say, now I remember a little bit. The number of references, citations for the school, like academic work, is so different from Japan. In Japan, I think I don't even have the minimum number of citations. If the teacher, unless the teachers are from unless the teacher is not from Japan. If teachers who gives me assignment have taught in other countries, like English-speaking countries probably, because usually teachers I talk to who speak English are from English-speaking countries. So unless those from other countries, there's no minimum number of references for report. Maybe it's just unique to TMU. I don't know about the other universities, but I thought it's nice to have the rule for citations in terms of the amount of citations. Because if we don't have that, our report might be very subjective. And what I mean by subjective is another topic, because I think that subjectivity and objectivities are very ambiguous concepts. Yes, I think I have enough thoughts, more than enough, and more than enough books there. So I should be good at organizing. Yes, organize. And that skill is also something I learned from the Cog Science writing workshop thing. I think that workshop was very worthy. It's meaningful. And it was done by students, like master students. So they are very like agile, because I'm referring to the software engineering thing, was agile. They looked so agile with the consciousness, with being conscious about what they're doing and what they're not doing and how logical they are. And I think that way of organizing things, it is possible. It becomes more likely for me to be able to dynamically develop my research. Yeah, I think my thoughts is always pivoting around my research interest, and that's why if I try to remember things, my memories, I can remember my research topic, and then so that I can find the memory in my head. And also, I talked to the camera. Okay, this is my last comment for this video. I thought it would be interesting if I can have video recognizing AI to read my own videos, kind of watch my own videos, and create other personnel who, based on my videos, and who thinks like I do in digital world. I got this idea from the video on YouTube, and so even if I die, the personnel based on my video will still be like on the digital world. And I think that is very interesting because let's say scientific research takes a long time to discover something like fundamentally important or something very solid. So usually I don't know what the usual means here, but it's difficult to make the solid research just by doing it for a short amount of time. And even if you dedicated like whole life, about 100 years now, but on average probably 70 or 80 years, even if that huge amount is dedicated, I'm saying this is huge amount because compared to the other animals, humans live pretty long time, except those like organisms who lives like exceptionally long time. Human use lots of energy, but also we live pretty long time. That's why I'm saying dedicating the whole life is quite a long time. But time scale doesn't change just because you put so much energy. But I think putting so much energy will age the organisms a lot faster. So living life with spending so much energy for a long time is kind of odd among other organisms. So I say pretty long time. I said even if you dedicate it pretty long time, scientific development might not be as significant as you expect. Okay, now this connects to the thing I've just talked about, AI. So even if you cannot research, even if your biological body cannot research, if your thoughts with any outcomes from me, or any outcomes from anything that I was related to in my life with my biological body, if those informations are all the materials to make a personnel digitally, that personnel can still do the research, and it's interesting to see how it continues. Like Watson, the AI Watson was specialized for diagnosis, I guess, but we can still that was for diagnosis, but because AI can also talk by itself based on the data, it can also do scientific research. But what's not as interesting as doing research with biological body is that there wouldn't be much emotional interaction with people, or there's no like crazy idea like a spontaneous question or spontaneous action of taking this video, for example. So yeah, it's still interesting. Let's see how it goes. For now, I don't think I can use that video reading AI for free. I can only use ChatGPT. So yeah, in the future it might be free with a limited access. Yep. Maybe now AI should research after writing reports plural. Yep. Okay. Talking to camera is pretty good, interesting. And now I have only 18 minutes of memory for this micro SD card, which is 64 gigabytes. So that shows how much video I've taken so far. And I'm going to transfer the memory all to my laptop and delete and clean up, empty this micro SD card that I can use again. Beautiful weather with the mushroom. Oh, actually it looks like mushroom, but it's not. No. Maybe I didn't want to say that, right? That's it. It's beautiful weather. And I see the camera of this, lens of this big camera, which looks like a human's camera, and feel a little bit sympathy or empathy to it. Interesting. See you.